job, you guys, on Secret Society. I enjoyed every minute of it, and I especially loved how surprising both your characters were. So, just with having much more depth and layers than one would expect, without spoiling any plot twists, what was the most surprising part about playing your role for you? Starting with Isabella.
Yeah, I think for me, the most surprising part would just be how many layers there are for January. Because I think you look at her and I think it's very easy to judge her straight away. I mean, you see she's very bubbly, and I think it's very easy to kind of just put her in that box as, oh, she's a bubbly person with not many layers. But when you really get to know her and delve deeper into her character, her reasoning behind things and just the way she acts and where she's come from is really, really fascinating. And I think it definitely took me by surprise.
What was the most surprising part for you, Niles?
I'd say how complex the character is and how authentic it is to I feel like, my life, and what I mean by that is, uh, trying to understand what, becoming like a young man, and I feel like that's what we see Tuma deal with. Like he's having to, learn when to lead, when not to lead, when to say something, when not to say something, when to use his power and when not to. And, knowing, what's right and what's wrong. And I'd say that really surprised me because it could have been very surface level. However, Anna and the writers, they really did enrich, my character. Plus they gave me my homie, Charlie, man's best friend, I love that right there.
I also love the friendship between Charlie and and Tuma. But one thing I did love that Tuma said early on, I believe, was when he called them the Breakfast Club as soon as he walks in the room.
Yeah.
And in many ways it is like you guys are kind of stuck without adult supervision at times, having to learn things, grow on your own. Did you have any moments off screen that also felt like that, bonding between all of you?
Yeah, totally. I mean, we were talking about it earlier, and I think the times that those guys were in the schoolroom. I mean, I wasn't in school at the time, but I would still go and join them because it was just such great vibes in there, and I would go and hang out, and they'd be doing their tests in one corner and exercise in another, and like it was a very, very, there was just lots of good vibes on set, and I think that's one of the reasons that we had so much fun, is that the energy was always just so good on set every time you walked on.
If you guys were at a superpower swap meet, let's say, and you had to trade in your power for someone else's, doesn't have to be someone in the cast, just any other power, which one would you take? Niles, would you like to go first?
I think I'm probably going with Doctor Strange's power. That would be really, really cool. Yeah, that would be really, really cool. For sure, Doctor Strange. I don't even understand his power to be able to explain it.
Yeah.
That's probably what's so cool about it.
No, exactly. No, you're completely right. I watched the Doctor Strange movie right before.
Loved it. But I'm like, I still don't know what his power is.
I know. I call it magic hands. That's
yeah, magic hands.
If I had to have a power from anyone, I think it would probably be super strength, like Thor. That would just be really, really fun, I mean, to be able to surprise people and lift things and have a hammer and control lightning, like that's just really cool.
I love that. Now, my final question, as soon as I heard that Illyria was the smallest country in Europe, I immediately was like, Princess Diaries, Genovia, there must be a duel between the countries. So I have to know, which country would you rather live in, Illyria or Genovia?
Oh.
I'm going Illyria, but I'm biased, but I'm going Illyria. And ain't nobody taking us down.
I mean, it depends. I'm a big Princess Diaries fan. now you're testing this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Illyria too because there's superpowers, man. It's cool then. There's superpower. If there wasn't superpowers, it would be a little bit harder to choose. But I think the fact that the world allows for the magical abilities makes it a little bit.
Diaries, they don't have superpowers.
Yeah.
They're automatically losing that war if they even try it.
Well, I thank you for your patriotic duty then. Thank you guys so much. I had so much fun watching.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day.